Hello, happy Wednesday. My name is Beverly Hosford, and I have the lovely Erin Nitschke with me here today. We are live with the National Federation of Professional Trainers, the NFPT. We are a certification company and continuing education support system for our family of trainers. I am out in Montana. Erin is in Wyoming, and NFPT is located in Indiana. If you're just joining us today, please tell us where you are, say hello, don't be shy. And we're going to talk about tools trainers can't live without today. We're going to try and share some nice ideas that we have about, what we don't want to leave the house without as a trainer. And we're hoping that you have some ideas too. So if you know a trainer, would you go ahead and just share the episode with them, see if they have any thoughts? Because this episode really is all about sharing. That's kind of what we're here to do. So I'm going to go ahead and share the episode on Facebook and on Twitter real quick.
I will tweet it as well.
Get some people to join us. And yeah, so how are you doing today, Erin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Happy to be here.
Yes. Excited to talk about tools.
Tools for trainers. Yeah, we're not talking about wrenches here. So
No.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'll just get started. One of my tools as a trainer that I just cannot live without is my planner, my brick and mortar planner for scheduling. I tried using my iPhone for a while to schedule appointments, and I don't know. There's just something about having it all spread out for the week and being able to flip real quick and be able to see, okay, like I have you here and I have you there. Whereas when I'm in my phone, I have to scroll, and then wait, where was the other one? And I just kind of get lost. I'm sure there's probably some new apps out there that maybe make it a little more efficient, but I like having that piece of paper planner. I feel like it helps keep me organized. It helps keep me on top of things. And then I can write notes in it, or I can write other ideas in it. And it's just all in one place, all on the same page. So I really like my planner. Do you have any business tools that you like using, Erin?
I think the number one for me also is the planner. And I have the planner pad, which is like this funnel system. And I love it because it's like, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like a 3-tiered kind of approach. So you've got like your tasks that you have for each day. Then you've got like a little space above for what you want to do throughout the week, like what your goals are. But then it's fully laid out from, I think like 7 a.m. till like 8 or 9 at night. So it's just easy for me to keep track of all of that because I'm running in 4 million different directions. I have this school to get midterm grades done. I've got this school to grade projects and all of that. So it just helps me keep it laid out and then can help me keep track of clients. And for me, it's a satisfaction piece of being able to check something off my list. Like, boom, it's done. I can set it over here and I don't have to think about it again. So definitely one of those tools, super important for me for business. There are some apps that I've tried to use before, but I'm not the app person when it comes to scheduling and management. Cause like you, I want to see it. I want to feel it. And I want to be able to write on it.
And use colored markers.
And I can't do it.
Yeah. And use colored markers and stickers and all that fun stuff that keeps you a kid at heart.
Yes.
Yeah, and I see some people agreeing with us. I would love to know what type of planner you use. So if you're watching the show right now, tell us what type of planner you use or what type of scheduling system you use. Let's share. This is all about sharing today.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's definitely a most needed tool for me. I saw on Facebook this morning where I posted the question for the day. Madison said that she likes to use those mini bands, which I didn't even know they were called mini bands, but they're those bands that are a circle, I think is what she said, where you can put them around your ankles or your thighs, and you can use them to do side steps, or you can use them. I like having clients actually walk with them, especially if I was working with a senior who's trying to improve their strength in walking. I would have them walk really slow with them. And you can also use them for squatting and working the abduction plane of motion, frontal plane of motion. And there's just so many things you can do with them. That is actually the one piece of equipment that I take when I go teach anatomy workshops. It is the only piece of equipment I bring because it is one of the only things that you can't do on your own. You can't reach down and like push into abduction with your hands, yet it's such an important part of the body to work. And So I love those little mini bands, and you can throw it in your suitcase. And that is actually, it's the same thing. I bring them with me, and I also would give them to clients to travel with. Like I would always give one as a gift to my clients to build rapport and to keep them accountable. That and those little squishy balls, they're like little squeeze balls that you can blow them up with a straw, and you can put them between your knees. Because I feel like you can work the sagittal plane all day long, and you can do side lunges and all that kind of stuff. But if you have someone that can't do a lot of squatting and lunging, having that ability to do abduction and adduction with those two tools, I'm right with you there, Madison.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I have a set of those as well. And I think just general resistance bands. And I like them because as a trainer, they're just, the versatility of them is so unique compared to like dumbbells and things like that you'd have to lug around. It makes you a little bit more flexible in how you can offer training. And then when you get to that point with a client that they're bored with the environment, you can switch it up so easily by just taking them outside and using the resistance bands. And I feel like the resistance is just a little bit different. There's a different way you have to hold your body. There's a different positioning you'd have to do as opposed to doing this similar or an analogous movement with dumbbells that resistance bands offer. Just that little bit of difference that's kind of that additional challenge or just a different challenge. So I think just a set of resistance bands, whether they're the mini loops or they're just like your normal resistance bands with the handles on the end of them, you have an incredible set of tools right there, just in this handful of things that you can do upper body, you can do lower body, you can do core, the possibilities are truly endless. So it can allow you, I think, sometimes to get out of your own head and start thinking a little bit more creatively when you're forced to use a different tool. So I just like the flexibility of them and the versatility that I can offer in programming and even for my own workouts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know we have quite a few blogs on resistance band training on the NFPT site, so we could throw those in the comments if Billy is able to do that for us. I know they were written by Alex Clearwater, and I know you wrote a few workouts last year that were more just like short workouts. I'm sure you had some band exercises in there. And yeah, now that you're mentioning it, I went over to the massage school this week to teach a body awareness and fitness class for the massage therapists. And we did a workout, and I only brought 3 things with me, and I only brought them as like a demonstration tool and to like have them just try it real quick. I brought a suspension strap, I brought a resistance band with handles, and I brought a resistance band without handles. And I told the massage therapist, I said, you should buy one of these. I said, if you want to really invest and you're really serious at working out and you want to do a lot of different things, get the suspension strap, because it's $150, but you can do everything and anything with it, and you can really work hard. Like there's no limit because it's your body weight, and then you can use gravity. And then I showed them the band with the handles because I think it can be nice to have the handles, and those are like $15. And then I showed them the real cheapy, like $2 band that my physical therapist gave me. Yeah, now the physical therapist puts this little thing on it that you can stick it in the door jamb, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. So, and she gave it to me for, just complimentary as part of my session. But I feel like everyone should own one of those, and trainers maybe own all 3. Because if you're going to go do an in-home session or a session at a corporate wellness center or an office, it just makes it real easy for you.
Yeah. And I think introducing those tools to your clients is important because as health coaches and personal trainers, how do we hold our clients accountable when they're not in our presence? And showing them some of those tools, because I think at least what I've noticed in the past is clients can have this idea that to be fit, I have to have a gym membership and I have to have X, Y, and Z and a squat rack and a bench press set and all of this. And yeah, those tools are great, but they're not necessarily required. I mean, for performance training and, we could get into that whole thing, but for general fitness and increasing stamina, you don't necessarily need those. There's a lot of really great things you can do at home that can help keep the costs down. And so as trainers, I think it's important to have those tools just for the teachable aspect of it, to be able to say, hey, this set of bands is $15. And this is what I want you to do with them at home when we're not together or when you're on the road traveling.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like there's so much you can do. You can give them as a gift and build rapport. You could sell them and get a commission off selling them. Like you could, I think Power Systems has an affiliate program where if they use your code, you get a percentage. You could buy them and sell them for a few bucks extra just for the, your time ordering them and everything. And then you can send them with people on the road. You can make a workout program that goes with them. You could make a workout program and sell it as like a 99-cent download or something. I mean, there's definitely a lot that you can do just with that one tool.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I saw, let's see, I saw also this morning that someone mentioned apps like MyFitnessPal and at first I thought, well, trainers wouldn't really use that tool, but maybe you would. Maybe as a trainer, you get your client enrolled in an app like MyFitnessPal, or I got to go and look at what some of the other ones were. But you get your client. What'd you say, Erin?
Samsung Health was another one I think that was mentioned.
Okay, Samsung Health, yeah, and you, let's see, here we go. MyFitnessPal, Samsung Health. I know Strava is popular.
Strava is really popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe you get your client set up with that so that you can keep them more accountable. Like you were saying, Erin, they're only with you a certain number of hours a week. So that is like really the game in fitness is how do we influence that other 20 hours a week that they're not with us or we're not checking in with them. And exactly. So if someone's really into apps, you might do that. If someone's more into like a piece of paper they hang on their fridge with the workout on it, maybe you do that. But I think finding tools that can influence behavior change, which I know is a big arena for you, Erin, is getting the behavior to change and to stick. And for all of us, I think that, using apps can be really beneficial. So just because the app isn't like for the trainer, I feel like it can still be really great for the client.
Yeah, I think incorporating app usage, just because technology, it's amazing. I mean, look what it's allowing us to do right now. It's connected us in so many ways, but disconnected us in others. And I think having those tools available and the teachable aspect of it, incorporating the use of apps for clients that those, technology really speaks to them. Mm-hmm. And you could very well leverage that to enhance their change efforts and to make it sustainable. There's another one that I've used in the past that I really like still today. It's Fujicate. And it is really an awesome tool. And it has such a simple concept in that you can use it in the grocery store. You can scan the barcode and it will actually grade the food. That as an educator is like my motherland. Like that makes so much sense to me because we've kind of been socialized in that respect that, an A equals good, B is it varies from there, but that might be a language that your clients can really get down with when they're shopping, because grocery shopping for some is really difficult, especially if they don't really know what to look for. And then you have to battle the super creative marketing that offers health halos, and that can make a food look really, really healthy when in fact it's just maybe a really pretty package. So it can be a really, really good tool for trainers to have, and it's free to download. There might be like a premier option out there now, but definitely one that I really like because it's interesting. You can use it for yourself, but you can also tell your clients. It's as simple as this. If you're trying to compare two products, scan the barcode and it'll grade the food.
Well, now, is that the PDR you were talking about this morning?
No, that's actually different. And a PDR is just a physician's desk reference. And I love it because as a trainer and a health coach, and this is an older version, there's a ton out there, but I'm such a book nerd. Forgive me.
Serious book.
I'm a teacher, it's just how it goes. But you as a trainer and health coach will never escape the questions of, hey, I saw this infomercial on, soaking basil seeds and it's going to make me like super skinny in 2 weeks. This is just a really good tool because the supplement industry is a $1 billion industry and it only continues to grow and it only continues to not be held accountable. So you as a trainer can educate yourself. If a client comes to you and has some like crazy name for a supplement that you've never heard of, chances are it might be, in your PDR. Have this. And there's a ton of PDRs out there. I mean, this one's specific for nutritional supplements, but there's ones out there for drugs and, like medicine and pharmaceuticals and such. But like you can open it up and it's really cool because it's science nerd language, which is like, whew, makes me really excited. But it talks about the literature and it talks about like the purported claim of the supplement.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely a tool worth having.
Yeah, that was worth it for me today to be on here.
I'll pay for it.
That reminds me of the book my mom had growing up. It was like some kind of diagnostic book for like if you have a sore throat or whatever. Mm-hmm. You go in there and read like, okay, the kid has a sore throat, and then like, but is it this kind of sore throat or that kind of sore throat or this kind of sore throat? And then what could you do for it? And I don't know what that book was called, but boy, anytime you were sick, that book came out. So
right. Well, I have that one bookmarked.
That's good. I think it's important to remember that the foundation of personal training is physiology and health. And so having books like that can help you answer a question with your own knowledge is great. Instead of like going online and Googling it, you can go into a book, read about basal, learn about basal, and then make an educated decision about what this person is telling you. That's awesome.
Right. And I like that it's an unbiased source in terms of looking at the literature, because you got to be really discerning when you're looking at some literature, especially ones that come out and show efficacy with a certain supplement. You got to kind of look deeper and see who's funded that.
Right.
Was it the supplement king of the industry? Well, sure, it's going to be, efficacious to, there's the ability to manipulate in certain research that might make it less clean of an approach. So I like the PDR because it is not, it's not like that. It just kind of funnels some of that key research and identifies like, well, there's really no substantial claims or research to support these claims.
Sure.
There's actually been some pretty compelling studies, but the limitations are X.
Right. So, that's awesome. Well, that's I think what we had for you guys today. If anyone else has something they want to share, John says there's a calorie tracking app that's great. I think that's kind of what we chatted about. I've got to put this quote up here because it's very relevant to the show today. It says, the most important tool or piece of equipment in the gym is your body. Chuck Levy, Ursa founding member. So
nice. Yes. And that's so true. I think we can underestimate the use of body weight. It's resistance. Capitalize on it.
Yeah. And that's what I always say. I mean, when I'm teaching anatomy, I'm always saying like, hey, you can, you've got everything you need right here in your body to learn anatomy, to learn about your body. The more you tune into your body, I feel like, all the knowledge and wisdom is right there in a surreal experience or a surreal sense. So yeah, going back to the body is always great. And we've got a comment about balance balls. Definitely.
Yep. Mm-hmm, for sure. Or like the AirX pads. Yeah.
So much great equipment out there. So, well, thanks for joining us, everyone. That's our show for today. We'll be here again next week. Next week, we're going to chat about how to make exercise more enjoyable. And I think that's something we can always keep learning about. I know recently I've had to implement a more intense cardio regimen. And so I had to find a way to make it enjoyable. So we'll talk about how to make it more enjoyable next week. And we'd love for you to come and join us and invite your friends and go ahead and share this show with anyone that you think might enjoy watching.
Yes. And if you think of any tools afterwards that we didn't cover that you think of later, please leave those in the comments because it really is all about sharing what works well for you and helping each other learn.
Yes, that's awesome. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being here.
Yep. See ya.